The UTALENT 5-in-1 is distinguishable by its eye-catching design and inexpensive price tag. But it's not as efficient or comfortable to use as pricier rival with a low-power 200-watt motor. It is only moderately good at blending soft ingredients. Heavier-duty tasks like making frozen smoothies or grinding raw nuts often demand a considerable amount of blending time that still cannot ensure silky results. If you do plan to buy this blender, don't expect too much from it. The UTALENT 5-in-1 is among a myriad of low-range immersion blenders that claim to be efficient in almost every blending task, with most of the models garnering reports of inconsistent effectiveness within our hands-on testing. We cannot trust this advertisement without experiencing this blender personally, though. As such, we decided to buy the UTALENT and test it rigorously against several other blenders. Based on our testing results, it would be hard to overemphasize this fact. Its advertising is more hot air than a genuine promise of product quality. Performance. The UTALENT didn't perform as well as other blenders we've tested. Although it includes all the standard features of a decent hand blender, it still couldn't blend evenly or cleanly. It is also worth noting that during our testing, we encountered a great deal of frustration with its operation. None of the low-range blenders we tested churned out the silkiest puree in 30 seconds, but the UTALENT soup was so chunky that we couldn't consider the pass. Most of the unprocessed chunks, including carrots and celery, are large enough to be visible after straining. Some couldn't even be blended because they got lodged in the blade guard's holes. Making hot soup puree is the easiest and most basic task of an immersion blender, so it really doesn't make sense to buy this one. The UTALENT is definitely not for you if you like your smoothies packed with frozen fruit or green veggies. Apart from being too weak to blend through tough ingredients, it's also unable to liquefy leafy veggies effectively. Our smoothie was churned out with a grainy, leafy texture even after up to 2 minutes of processing. Upon stirring it to check its smoothness, we noticed that there were some grains of unprocessed kale still left in the mixture. Furthermore, the machine required our intervention to draw all the ingredients toward the blades. We had to constantly stir with the blending wand to ensure everything was incorporated. What a frustrating blending process! Our mayo sauce was a very simple one, an emulsion of oil blended with egg yolk. We made it in about 1 minute and a half using the blender's whisk attachment. Regarding its consistency, we wish that it could have been creamier. Although this machine made short work incorporating all the ingredients, our emulsification came out relatively thick, albeit stable. Of all the blenders we tested, the UTALENT was the slowest performer. It took up to 2 minutes to complete this task, twice as slow as the winner. And even still, the nuts weren't evenly ground. As a result, our milk couldn't pack the full flavor of almond. It was drinkable but quite watery, and not as creamy as it should have been. The low power rating made this blender lag behind its rivals. We had to spend a great deal of time to achieve a stiff peak. Of course, it wasn't a big deal to simply blend for a few more minutes, but the prolonged operation caused the motor to overheat, thus impairing its durability. Still, this is a pretty common occurrence for most low-grade blenders. Design. At first, we were mightily impressed with the blending shaft's unique design, but its disappointing testing results then diminished our expectations. Sure enough, the UTALENT's distinctive design doesn't make it any more effective or easier to use. Blending shaft. In terms of shape and size, the UTALENT's blending shaft differs in 2 ways from other immersion blenders. So far, we haven't noticed any benefit from this unusual design. Worse still, the shorter length 4-prong blade reduces contact with the blending food, thus leading to an increment of blending time. Not only that, but it also cannot tackle heavy-duty tasks. It is too fragile to blend through solid foods like ice cubes or raw root veggies without being damaged or deformed. Usability. As mentioned above, the UTALENT is quite complicated to use and cannot ensure smooth operation. More to the point, it lacks a few nice features that we like about some other more user-friendly models. We are going to end this video right away. If you have any query or information to share, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.